Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Before we get into another barnstorming, I've never described that anything as... Before we get into another episode of the Tea With Me podcast, we've got to plug a few things, none more so than Patreon. This is the number one way to get more pod into your life. We do a bonus episode on a Monday, live stream on a Friday, and Dan, what? Everything's on there, isn't it? Don't answer that. The tennis special, the live podcast from the waterfront, the mock blame panel show from the waterfront. No, it will be though. Won't it, Kieran Chambers not on the episode, so don't say anything. And what else, Dan?
Millionaire.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The whole special is up on there. It's a great time. Patreon.com/TeaWithMe podcast. From as little as what, Dan?
£3 a month.
You're joking me?
No.
Whoa. We are sponsored by... We have a new sponsor, AG1. A nutritional supplement that you drink every morning to support your whole body health. Now, I know a lot of people talk about supplements. There's a lot of myths around what do I need to take? Well, how much of this, how much of that? See AG1, mate. It is packed. It's a bit like our Patreon. This replaces your multivitamins, your probiotic, and everything else in just one drink. The Tea With Me team are up to their eyeballs in AG1 for the last few weeks. Dan has gone from a bench press of 20 kg to, 800. Fosty has been in Texas, and when he came back, he was back on the AG1. He's feeling good, and he's looking good. Alright, he's completely shaved his head, and he's bald. But apart from that, he's feeling good. That's the main thing. AG1 has a mix of... Do you think it has a mix of 70 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients to benefit your gut, boost energy, and contribute to healthier looking skin and nails? Do you think it has 70 of those vitamins? Wrong, 75. If you want to take ownership of your health, which people need to do nowadays, try AG1 and you get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs for your first purchase. I've been on this stuff. We've been taking it every day since they sent us very kindly some AG1 out. And it is great. It is great because it's got everything you need in it. Go to drinkag1.com/teawithme.
Link is in the description.
The link is in the description. Dan, you're on fire today, my friend. Why? Because you're on the AG1. We are also sponsored by Manscaped. You know Manscaped have been with us since day one, since Pussy was a kitten. The number one in men's below the belt grooming. Manscaped have it all. If you care about the way your appearance below the clothes, Manscaped, and they've got some out of the clothes type stuff too, which is what they call it. They've got the beard trimmer. Yeah, they've got the beard oil. They've got cologne. They've everything. Manscaped are just trying to get in a position where if you can even fathom it, they have it. They've got, look at this, ball deodorant, crop exfoliator for your groin, gentle exfoliant for your groin area, and that's for buffing and soothing your dick and balls. This stuff's vegan as well, by the way, so stop putting meat over your dick and balls. Cruelty-free, gluten-free. I could eat this whole thing and not be sick. Is that right, Dan?
Well, you wouldn't get...
Fragrance-free, dermatologist tested. And they've got that on the back there in Arabic if you need it. See if you're interested in this crop exfoliator. After washing your groin, which you should be doing anyway, apply a generous amount in the palm of your hand and scrub area in a circular motion. Rinse thoroughly. Right? So you're getting a play there as well. This stuff's great. They've got deodorant, they've got lip balm, they've got absolutely everything. Go to manscaped.com, use the code TEAWITHME for 20% off and free shipping. Everything is in the description. My guest this week are one guest is very hairy, so would love to avail of the discount code for this. My other guest is relatively hairy. No, it's not you guys. I'm doing an intro for another episode that isn't this. No. Yes, they're hairier than you.
Do I guess how hairy I am?
I know how hairy you are. Because Kieran sent me a picture of his hotel room one night when you and Chloe were there. Anyway, my guests this week are none other than two friends of mine, two delectable, and dare I say, delicious gentlemen, James McKegney and Micky Bartlett. This was a great episode. Enjoy it. Drink your tea and have a great time. Mick, you look wild.
I am wild, man.
You look like you've been undercover as a narc
For a long time.
for years, and they've just brought you off.
I feel like I look like somebody's gone undercover as me. Do you know what I mean? Like, this isn't Micky Bartlett. This is the guy that looks like him.
You're a deep
And he's just turned up like, what, you guys want to tell jokes? What's up, mother butters?
Jamesy,
Hello.
all right, mate?
I'm good, yeah.
This is the first time you've done the main ep.
Main podcast.
The main ep.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Investor Centre, my friend.
The Investor Centre.
Yeah, that's what he says in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man, how good was McConaughey in that, though? I watched that scene again. Like, that was the movie for me.
And because you
How
think,
good was Margot Robbie's Daddies?
Oh, yeah. She
think-
had daddies in that movie.
I
Yeah.
think they got a best supporting
They got
actress
Golden Globes,
award.
Thank you.
McConaughey's only in it for like a minute,
But he
you-
steals the show,
in your
man.
head you think he's in the whole movie.
Do you know the whole do you know that we fucking
Yeah.
wee bit of showbiz? He did that. That was an actual warm up thing he does before he goes on.
That he just threw
And
into the scene.
Scorsese's seen it and was like, "We're recording
Yes.
that."
If they put yous in a movie like that and it was the thing that you did to warm up for your performances, what would you be doing in The Wolf of Wall Street?
Shitting.
Binding.
Oh yeah.
Binding or...
Binding?
The odd time have a wee bind before I go on stage, yeah.
Yeah.
I just be sitting there binding.
Smoking and talking about the weirdest place you've wanked.
Yeah. Possibly having a wank while he's having that conversation.
Sell me this pen.
That was really good, that sound effect.
Thanks very much, man. I've been working on sound effects.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm
last night in Lavery's, he was like, I've got a new bike, come here, I'll tell you about it. And we were on the stairs, and then he'd done it, recorded his BBC show, and there was two girls walking upstairs that had been at his show, and
I
the
was
whole 10 seconds, he was doing that noise to me for like 10 seconds. You're like the Michael Winslow of sex
that's-
noises.
That's what I was going to say. There's a Police Academy reboot, and I'm aiming for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do all the noises. Machine gun.
You know the guy that does all the Police Academy sound? He
Yes.
supported him before in Gig and Derry, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I'm Buncrana.
Is this real?
Yeah.
You actually did?
It
What
sounds
the
like
fuck?
a dream, doesn't it?
I've been doing stand up about a week and a half.
Oh my god.
And so he's like, "Can you do half an hour?" And I went, "Yeah, sure."
Sure, man. Did he kill?
He killed. I died in a hole. I
yeah.
walked out, picked the mic up, the cable
Hold
fell
on.
out.
Set the scene.
Like-
So Michael Winslow from Police Academy does all the sound effects, all the noises. Where's he gigging in Buncrana? Why Buncrana?
How did he get there?
Yeah.
It wasn't Buncrana. What do you call it? It was Ballybuffet. Sorry,
Right.
in the Balor Theatre. Oh yeah.
That sounds nice.
It's a beautiful wee theatre. Lovely, you should go. Lovely. But 300.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Really state of the art now.
Absolutely.
State of the art.
In Ballybuffet?
It is.
Ballybuffet.
Yeah, I've seen it. It
Is that in
It is
Donegal?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
We're not saying it. We don't. We
Yeah,
can't.
Should
I
the
can't
three of
say-
us do
Yeah,
it?
we can't
Yeah.
book you,
Should
man.
the three of us do it?
I mean, I know where there's a great pub in there. I used to work there.
I can watch you have pints, sir.
I can't have pints because of the gluten. I've got a bit of dry
Have you
skin on my
stopped drinking
nose.
pints altogether?
I'm just whiskey now. I was talking to Casey was telling me about this guy that lived in Oma a couple of years ago. He was 104, and Casey interviewed him for like this kind of like Oma
You're so
legend
fucking
thing.
old. That's not.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And he said at one point, Casey was like, what's the secret to a long life? And the guy went, a bottle of whiskey a week. And Casey told me that, I went home to my 6-month-old
took it on
niece,
that.
kissed her in the forehead and said, I'm going to miss you when you're gone. I'm going to live forever. Bottle of whiskey a week? Fucking
mate.
sissy.
I love the way you hear like you're one old person's like secret, and you're like, that's all I need to do.
Yeah.
Like there was this family in Tyrone, and they were all like over 90, all these brothers and sisters, and they went, "What's the secret?" And the guy goes, "Drop a porridge at night, drop a porridge in the morning." And I already do that, so I was like,
You're like, no, it's always, but usually it is something like, I have like 60 cigarettes a day, and they're like, that's the key.
Aye.
and they
you're
go,
like-
if you stop that, you'll die.
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
cigarettes is holding me
Because
together.
they said that
right
to
now.
my granny. They went, she goes, I might stop smoking, and doctor went, keep smoking or you'll die.
Yeah.
But then she died, eventually.
Shit.
Yeah. In a fire. Because
Should burn the fucking house
not a
down.
figure, probably. Irony.
I didn't know you smoked, James.
No, it's just a very odd time.
Right.
I'll go through periods of like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, please give me a bit of that.
Do you want
But well, actually take a wee bit.
It's cola flavoured.
That is cool. Oh my god, it's lovely.
Isn't
Anyway,
it?
I see.
I'll go through periods like, see in uni, smoked flat out, and then one night I smoked so many bands. We were watching what's the gangster one? Where he's like, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a
Goodfellas?
gangster.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. And I must have smoked.
Wearing shirts, I guess.
Yes. And we just always had tobacco everywhere. and we just had like one DVD. That was like the one fucking DVD we had, and I must have rolled like 20 cigarettes during that movie. And then I woke up thinking I was gonna die because I was like having what is that, like a fucking, I don't know, but too much nicotine. I fully believed I was gonna die. Off cigarettes for like years, and then back on.
Comedy.
You'd be the first guy to
comedy.
OD from nicotine.
Yeah, dude, I was like,
See with them, I've done it. I've laid in bed time
you're
traveling.
sitting there like,
Yeah, you're fully just like.
it's too much.
Do you know what? Everyone vapes
Fapping
backstage at a
through
gig.
time, man.
Everybody vapes backstage at a gig. And see, to be honest, you just all look like big giant babies.
I know,
Sucking
man.
on a big
Sucking
dummy.
on
No,
big donuts.
you look like a
Sucking
big,
a big
you look like a
dodo.
big giant baby because you're not vaping. Yeah, sitting there with your wee sippy cup.
You all have dodos in. Yous all
We don't have dodos. We don't have dodos. You have a
This
dodo.
one tastes of strawberry.
You have a dodo. You have a dodo.
It was Labri's like a couple of weeks ago, and Aaron and Colin were sitting. on the couch, and they were just two babies with their
Aye.
big dodos
They
in.
have vapes as well.
Just sucking each other's
We're the
dicks.
bomb squad.
I,
Best friends.
I think.
Fucking sluts.
Oh god. Yeah, just on and off the wee cigs sometimes.
Yeah, the old
It
vapes.
switches. Coffee. I switched to coffee before gigs.
So, do young people now? Do they vape before they smoke?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
nobody smokes.
they're not vaping to come off cigarettes. They're
See,
just straight in vape.
Do you know what's insane now? Is like, because I hate the fact that I've started these things, but every bin in Belfast is that wee sticker from the bottom. There's a wee sticker you peel off.
Oh
So it
yeah.
works.
Everyone's just.
And the bins are just covered in these wee fucking white stickers.
I read a story about a guy who was vaping flat out. Do you know, vaping in the morning to get off the vapes. He bought a pack
Sorry, he
of
was
rollies.
vaping in the morning to
Yeah.
get off the vapes.
Vaping in the morning. He was like flat out vaping 24/7 because you know, just
Right.
whatever.
Vaping in the morning. Last thing at night.
Beautiful, man.
Oh, my gums are bleeding.
I've got popcorn lung. I don't know the tune of the song.
Popcorn lung sounds fun, doesn't it?
It does sound
You know what
tasty.
I mean? Like, imagine they had to diagnose you with that, Mr. Bartlett. Imagine you
think-
got popcorn lung. Like, oh my
Get
god,
some
serious?
I think Kieran Bartlett was the front man of Popcorn Lung in 2006. So what did they recommend this guy?
Oh
do?
no! To get off, he bought a pack of rollies and he smoked rollies because you can only smoke outside.
Yeah.
So he was smoking far less.
Yeah.
And then once it was done, he was finished.
That's what I'm going to go back on the fags. Shortly.
Yeah, you like do self-help DVDs.
Yeah.
for people to
Hi,
get off.
I'm Micky Bartlett.
You want to get off the vapes?
Do you want to stop smoking? Follow my easy, well-stepped plan.
Then once they're off vapes and fags, you're like, all you need is a bottle of whiskey a week, and you will be sweet. You'll live forever.
Bottle of whiskey a week
You're
and a
online.
dodo.
Micky Bartlett. Micky Bartlett. Yeah, could you not give?
Micky Bartlett, is he a Highlander
These are
or is he an idea?
wee toddlers because you give each other your dodos. You have
Toddlers don't do that. Toddlers like my
They're
dodo.
very
do.
defensive.
Yeah, they're very
with
defensive with their dodos. You should know that you have two of them.
Two dodos? I look like I have a wee secret dodo, don't I? Just driving
You
back.
do, yeah.
You look like you have a
feel like-
blankie.
I feel like you've got a blankie behind that wall.
Oh.
You just go in and have a
I
wee.
used
It's one of them wee sensory. There's a wee furry bit at the end,
Yeah.
and he just walks
And a
away
wee
like that.
crinkly
and
bit
he
and a wee
chews
mirror
it.
on it.
I used to,
one corner's always wet.
do you know what's really sad? I used to have a pill. Oh no. You know when you start something and you go, could have just not told this? I used to have when I was a kid.
Foreskin?
I still keep it the rough. Just like and chew it.
I'm
I-
tired. Do you want your force?
I was.
Do you want Forsey? Yeah. he just puts it back on.
No, I wear like a wee headband, like a wee eye mask.
He puts it on like a snood. I remember.
I remember.
Mark McCartney's getting circumcised.
No way.
Yes, and I was talking to him about it last night, McCartney, and he's worried about it, and I said, "Don't be worried, mate. It'll be
Wait,
alright."
what is he's
Mark McCartney, I think, is getting circumcised.
really?
Yes,
Right?
he was talking about it on stage, and I went, "Is that a joke?" And he's like, "No," and I went, "Listen, don't worry about it." And he said, "Is it not really sensitive?" And I said, "You go two ways. You either get really sensitive or the complete opposite."
But does it not dull over time?
I don't know. All I know is that if the wind changes ever so slightly, I bust a nut.
Well, I'm like that with a foreskin.
So no, I
Is it a
said
medical condition, or is he just like looking for the aesthetic?
his getting tight at the end. That's what's happening. I don't know what it is, but everyone's getting tight at the end.
It's a gut problem.
Yes.
That's what happened to me. Right, like mine, I almost did get circumcised, and then I started looking after my gut health a bit better. and it fixed
Yeah,
it.
your gut health is the very your dick is very dependent on your
Yeah.
gut health. Yeah.
Bottle of whiskey a week.
Bottle of
Micky
whiskey a
put-
week.
you
Bartlett's
put your dick in the
University of Health.
You give it a good shake.
I don't know what we were talking about there, but yeah,
Circumcision.
Something you
Oh,
had
you
as a
something
kid.
you had as a
Oh.
kid.
I used to have a little like a little, not a pillow. What do you call it? Like a small like a miniature pillow. a small.
I'm pretty sure it's just a pillow, like
Yeah, like a wee pillow. And it was
a pillet.
no, and it was only about that size, but and I just always carried that about, and I called it a piblo because I couldn't say pillow.
Sounds Mexican.
Yeah,
Little
I was
Piblo.
wee piblo. And,
Young
and I-
Piblo.
and I-
little Piblo.
and I used to
Mr. Proud.
He's got Italian.
I used to put it against my face and just have that for like a weirdly long time,
Okay.
and then we had to get rid of piblo.
Was that
if I had
emotional? Did you just have to like just leave it in the field and
I
drive
can't
off?
remember, but I could know the feeling of it. No, I can imagine the feeling of it now against my
Okay.
face.
I was about to say, are you
That's-
going to cry?
It was my wee piblo. Because I didn't have any wee brothers or sisters when I was
Oh
growing
my
up, so
God.
I just had piblo.
Would you?
See,
have,
that's a good
would
thing.
you
I
treat
had a
your
sister,
brothers
so just
and
carry her about.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say, would you treat your brother like that? He's like, come here.
Remember the day my sister got married? I was like, oh, my wee double. It's like a duvet, but smaller.
Did you say anything cute when you were a kid that was wrong? Because I used to say ambulance instead of ambulance, and everyone thought that was pretty
Please,
cute.
that's cute.
Ambulance.
I was, to be honest, pretty good. I didn't
At the talkies?
at the talkies. Yeah, I could talk before I could walk. Apparently,
Oh, really?
Really?
That's weird. Just,
Yeah, that's good.
It's weird, the idea of just you on all
I
fours
probably
as a
could.
kid
I
being
probably
like,
could walk.
"Good
Just a
day."
lazy cunt. Just like get me that.
Man, these fucking legs suck.
What have I got polio over here?
You just, the first time they try and make you start to walk from like your dad or your ma a couple of feet away, and you're talking fully at that
I was
point. You're
like,
like,
I don't-
guys, we'll give this a go, but I can't promise anything. Here we go. Whoa, this is mental. I fucking did it. I fucking did it. Ah.
This is incredible. You're using really smart words. Indubitably, mother.
Absolutely fantastic.
That's what I call the duvet.
Indubitably. Oh. No, I think my
Get me a
first
duvet
words
and a
were.
piblo.
I was told my first words was "don't touch," and I don't know why. It was never explained to me why.
If you had to guess, I'd say your first word would be like, yes, lad.
Yes,
I could see
lad.
you,
Yeah, possible.
Don't touch.
Don't touch.
I-
Yeah.
your
Or I
first-
was just running out like fucking lift, just grabbing fucking ornaments and stuff, and it was always don't fucking touch that.
Right.
And then that was my thing. It does sound a wee bit like I was molested though, and that was
Yeah.
some kind of thing.
No, I don't know. It might have just maybe you just always like it was the cooker. Don't touch. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it could have been something like that. Yeah.
I think your first words looked like they were no, thank you. And I
you're
think,
always pushing something away.
yeah, my first words I think would probably look like my first words would be some shockser.
Some shock.
Some shock.
I'm shocking her.
Some shockser. Don't even know what a shock is. I genuinely don't. There was a time years ago, me and Geddes were my mum and dad's house having fags in the back garden, and my dad was throwing. My dad had been throwing like grass clippings over the fence into the field behind us, and the guy.
Sorry, that's a Lurgan pastime.
Right. Okay.
It's, yeah. It's
a national
It's
sport.
how we mate. And the guy that owned the field was like, "Is your dad there?" And I was like, "No." And he went, "He's blocked my shock." And I was like,
You're like, that could mean anything.
I was like, "Well, I better tell mum. I think we're going to get divorced." Like,
There's nothing funnier than when your dad's in that territory and doesn't know it. Like a guy went into the like my dad was parking in Hollywood, and the guy slightly like went into the back of him ever so slightly, and my dad went, rang me and went, he's rear-ended. I've been rear-ended in High Street. I've been rear-ended. I've been rear-ended.
like stop saying it.
Keep saying it.
Screaming at them.
One of the funniest fucking things. I don't know if I've ever told you this on your podcast before. I've definitely said it somewhere, but on a Friday, right, my mum or dad would pick me and my sister up from school. Like we're fucking high school, like right. Every Friday they got out early. They left us right. So we're driving home one day, and the school bus that we would normally get was right in front of my mum, right. And all the wee lads in the back of the bus saw me in the front seat of the car, and they were like, "There's Micky, yeah!" Right? But my mum didn't know they were doing it to me, so she's going, "Wee bastards, fucking wee bastards," and I'm like, "Fucking let it go, mum." She's like, "That's wee bastards, fucking wee bastards." And then one of them went like that, and she went, "Fuck you." And she didn't know what she was doing. And I was like, "Man, stop!" And she's like, "Wow, fucking what? What am I doing?"
I can't think your mom's going to rim me tomorrow.
I swear to God, I was like, "Fucking quit it." Also, well done, Dad's a lucky man, but like. Stop that.
Why? Because she licks him out.
You know, I don't know what he's into. Do you know what I mean? It's 2023. Wasn't then, of course. It was 1998.
He's into getting licked and throwing grass clippings over
he
his
loves
head.
it. He absolutely loves it. Like,
She licks them and then throws the graphs so it all sticks in the hole.
she calls it the George of the Jungle. Here. Do you know there's those weird sex moves? Those weird, like the Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
shit, right? You know that, right? The Spider-Man is where a man. They're mythical. I don't think anyone's ever done it. But you're supposed
It'd be
to.
very hard to pull off.
Yeah.
No pun
You
intended.
ejaculate in your hand, and then you like.
Right.
flick it, right, and there's one that's like, is it the Gorilla Mask or the Abe Lincoln? Where you like, you ejaculate in the lady's face, take some of your pubes and stick it like a beard.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's,
Manscaped.com, you just go to your rate for 20% off.
someone told me one the other day, you know, they've got like the shocker, like 2 in the pink, one in
Yes,
the stick,
yes.
right? Somebody goes, have you ever heard of the minivan? And I was like, what's the minivan? And he went 2 in the front and 5 in the back.
Oh, man.
And I haven't stopped laughing.
That's amazing. The minivan. Oh, my God.
The black taxi.
The black taxi. The cab, man. Just
Oh my
shove a
God.
gun up there.
I'm so sorry for ruining the...
Let me ask you this on a complete gear change. Speaking of minivans, did you see Glastonbury? Did you watch Elton? I know this
I
came out a
haven't
few
watched
weeks
Elton
after.
yet, but it looked amazing, man.
Did you see Arctic Monkeys? And
I
it's
was
a few weeks after.
fuming at the Arctic Monkeys, man.
Mate, they did this. I turned the camera. Mate. They turned in. They
Turned
do-
down the monkeys.
They do this thing.
I bet you look good on the dance floor.
They did this thing where why would they turn their voices like that?
I don't know.
they
Have you ever heard
Shut up,
monkeys
man.
speak English? There's going to be an accent issue, like
Yeah.
they
the language
made it,
barrier.
They made it so that the audience couldn't sing along with their songs.
Oh, no,
So they
right.
sang
Oh,
it
a wee
the
bit
words
off.
in a different order. And he
Yeah.
did an American accent, and it was like, I get that people are like, I just want them to be like they were with the whatever people say I'm
The
not
first,
not
yeah.
album. I get they're not that, but it's like it's almost like they were trolling.
They're actively
And
being
like
cunts.
yeah, like the whole set.
Yeah.
And it was, and then apparently Guns N' Roses weren't. I didn't see theirs, but then Uncle Elton
Do you know what I
on the
didn't?
Sunday.
No, I didn't see
My wee heart.
Ellie J. What I did see
Didn't see who?
with a terrible hangover. Elton John, I call him Ellie J.
Ellie J, I like
Ellie
that.
J.
Ellie J. I saw Lewis Capaldi and
Man, I
Boys.
seen that
with a
clip.
rotten hangover. Boys of the air.
Were you crying?
Talk about putting something on.
Yeah.
Arctic do you know what I mean? He did a full Arctic
Just
Monkeys.
could have been ours.
Fucking all that shit. You're like,
There's a bit of
Lewis,
William-
catch your grip. You know the words, cunt.
He
No, I'm only joking. I love the man. I
spent
genuinely love him.
He spent too much time around William Thompson. William's like, listen, put it on.
The Legend Park right beside the stage is sort of God.
He just gives Willie a nod.
Right. Willie's going to go out in a couple of weeks and the whole crowd's going to have to do his jokes for him.
Yeah, man, that was a tough.
That was a tough, yeah, fucking tough wank.
Yeah. But achievable. Man, the fucking...
Because anything is possible when you believe.
His documentary was quite
Oh,
solid
man,
too, man.
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen it. I'd like to.
Oh, it's
Very good.
heartbreaking.
He's someone like you just want.
To be alright.
You want him to be alright.
You just want to be like, I just want you to be okay. I want you to fucking spend all your money and get all the puss.
Yeah.
But be alright.
But Uncle Elton, just there's something to be said for just doing all the hits, singing it well. Because people were like, remember his voice went. I am a big fan, but his voice went over lockdown. Remember?
There was some.
He was in the garden and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Hold my clothes and it is like it wasn't good,
Yeah.
and that was better than his. And then when I saw him at SSU,
You could tell that night in the garden. You could tell there's a lot of midges going around, and it must be hard to
yes.
Yeah.
project
you
when
can't
there's
afford
midges
it.
flying about.
Were you
know-
worried
there's
if you
mid-
open your mouth to sing,
gonna
they'll
get
get
in.
in?
You're gonna get
Yeah.
swamped midges.
But he was unreal. You went to download. Who's headline download? You were there a few weeks
It
ago?
was Metallica for 2 nights and then Slipknot. Metallica had a summer...
Metallica headline 2 nights.
Yes, they did the first night, then Bring Me the Horizon did a night, and then Metallica came back to another night, and then Slipknot closed. But Metallica, you were saying like you just wanted them to sing hits.
Yeah.
Metallica had that suggestion. The first night was all new tunes, and every time they goes, here's another new one. Everyone was like, fuck's sake.
Aye. I saw them with Slane a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. They played Whiskey in the Jar like the 4th song in.
Yeah,
And you're like,
you're
you're
like-
in Ireland.
Yeah.
Save that to the end. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like,
Open with it or
yeah,
save
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
and-
It's like you don't mind the odd new one, and it's such a entitled
It
audience thing
really is,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
do what I want.
Yeah.
But when
But
you
for
go and see-
music, it makes sense. For comedy, yeah, you do new stuff because they've heard it. But
yeah,
no one, like, you know what I mean? No one's like, Metallica aren't walking out and being like, I hope they like us.
Yeah.
you do all the hits, and then 5 songs in, you go, here's a new one. Sorry, and you do it, and then you
Yeah.
go, right, that's done. Back
He
to hits.
sounded like that when he was saying, he's like, okay, we're going to try another new one. But it was like 10 in a row.
He's
and
just
everyone's
making them up.
Right.
He's like,
What
we're
about
fucking around
this?
here. Gives a suggestion. So were they good? Because
But,
then
like,
the
you
second
could, you
night,
could still tell they were fucking class.
but then
So
the next night,
the
they
next
do all
night was
hits.
all hits. It was
Well, that's
fucking
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
But if you had a one day ticket, you'd be
Oh, you'd be
ripping.
absolutely pissed.
Do you know what I've been listening to for the last 4 days on repeat? Rob Zombie, fucking
Dragula.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah. So I was getting really excited there.
through the ditches.
Oh,
burn
dude, everybody fucking in the UFO
fucking
was
unreal.
also like,
I've been rediscovering the Core's first album.
bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy, right? I was in Florida.
Jim Core.
Dude, fucking
So you were in Florida with Jim Core.
Yeah, okay, so me and Jim Core, right? No, so I was in Florida and we were all pre-drinking and we had like South African mates and we just had like this wee fucking CD player and someone's like, stick on some tunes. And he just walked over and pressed play on it and all I hear is, leave me breathless. And I was like, bro,
Go
what?
on.
And he was like, the cause are huge in South Africa, bro. And I was like, what? No way. I couldn't believe it. Apparently they're massive in South Africa.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, they were massive.
Yeah, they were
huge.
huge,
Yeah.
I think they're coming back. Might already be back, but they're coming back. They'll probably do download next year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They could
What?
headline.
How? Say like what you imagine Glastonbury. You've been to Glastonbury. What's download like? Is it like way grimier, or are people still like? Is everyone just going nuts and all crazy, or is there like also nice wee areas? And
No,
all
there's lovely. There's a whole wee town they've set up, shops.
Where is
fucking,
Download?
Donington racetrack. So the whole wee town they've got like Ferris wheels and stuff, a wee fun house with
I
shaky floors.
feel like Download would be the kind of festival because the music's so fucking heavy and aggressive. The people are all relaxed and sound.
Oh, they're so lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely
Right.
as cunts.
Whereas
but,
Glastonbury would have worse people at it.
Glastonbury, no, because it's so expensive. It's just middle class.
but like
fuckwits.
say like
Oxygen,
Leeds
like,
Festival or
yeah.
Oxygen, they'd be full of like a bit
Wild.
dodgy. Like.
Yeah.
But no, see, it's so heavy and intense that you're constantly on a buzz, and then but it's like the music's so intense that see anybody just throws in a pop song, crowd goes fucking
Like what?
nuts. Like somebody, Simple Plan started singing Smash Mouth All Star. I was fucking and like Avril Lavigne. They just ran through all the pop hits.
Right.
That was the greatest fucking concert ever.
What was the wildest thing you saw at Download? Were you camping?
Yeah.
You stay in a tent?
Yeah, dude. I don't know if there's anything too nuts. I seen a guy really dying with a hangover, and we just had a pile of trash, and he needed a cup to make a cocktail, so we just like burrowed through the trash, found a crisp packet with like crumbs and shit in it, and made like a Capri Sun of like just every drink that was going, and he drank that, and that was pretty disgusting. That was it.
pretty rough.
That was about the wildest thing, dude. It wasn't that.
This is why I watch festivals
It
in the
wasn't
house.
that mad though.
I sit with a wee blanket on my knees and watch Elton in the house.
See, to be honest,
But I open the windows, so it was like I'm there.
for Glastonbury, that's the best.
Yeah,
thing to
I
do.
get
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
When you get to a
Because you can't
certain
see
age.
it, like not even that, but like because it's like there's 210,000 people at it.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's got flags.
yeah,
and
you can't see shit. You can't hear anything. Like for the headline sets of Glastonbury, because we went one year Coldplay were playing, and we ended up going in that tent and watching Cyndi Lauper because it was like there was the best people there, and it was the best gig we've ever had.
Dude, I feel like you would love Download.
Oh yeah,
You would
100%.
absolutely
yeah,
love
lose
it,
my
man.
shit. Download
I
it.
would love it if I was in like a Zorb.
Like with a big ball, so
Yeah,
no one
yeah,
can
yeah,
steer you.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I'm still watching, I'm still part of it.
Every so often, someone just climbs up and pours some hand sanitizer
No,
in for you.
yeah. Thank you. You just funnel in some porridge. Doing a yard. I did a yard of oats.
She's like, I've got a new Peblo.
Pablo or on one of the stages.
Peblo Nutini.
Oh no!
Oh, man. That's so
But
good.
any opportunity.
Did you go see him?
No.
No.
I love the idea. See, when I see all the people released that are coming to play, I go, I'm gonna go see that and that and that, and then it's the hassle of like getting to it and like where do you park, how far do you have to walk, all this. I love the idea of it, but see, when I was watching Glastonbury on the red button or whatever it was, I went, this is the way to do it. I'm in
Yeah.
my house
Yeah, no, I feel watching
watching
Glastonbury
it, and like you say, if you want to get a good place, you'd have to go way before the set was on. You know what I'm saying? If you're there, but but like, it must be shit when Elton John was apparently like the best attended headliner ever. Like, who was in the other stage when he was up? Was there just one guy
Yeah.
watching Blazing Squad being like,
Yeah,
fucking
just Lewis Black. Once I was 7 years old. 4 people there.
I still go see him. That'd be
So would
nice.
I, absolutely. I did the comedy tent at Glastonbury one year when Madness started playing, and everybody just fucked off. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
When that sucks. When
That sucks, bro. Sorry.
I did Electric Picnic last year. Me and Tony went down, and I was like, we'll watch the Arctic Monkeys. They were headline, and then someone was like, they'll be on at 11, and it was like 6 o'clock. I was like,
Yeah.
and they had
I'll
like
be in bed.
for the acts, they have like the teepees, like luxury accommodation. I was like, nah, because it was forecast to shower too, so I was like, nah,
Aye.
this isn't working.
I love it. There's something you do have to just fucking. We went to Glastonbury one year. It was a proper washout, and there comes a point where you just give up being annoyed about it.
Oh yeah, you just
And then you're just
Yeah.
stinking.
But there's
Like,
something
and it's
totally
great.
liberating, but
Yeah, oh
just
my God, it's
accepting the
unreal.
grime.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
I remember
It's
like trying to walk up this hill at Glastonbury one year, and I had 2 pints in my hand, and I slipped and slid down the hill.
still hold the pen.
Covered myself in the 2 pints,
nice.
and I was just like, that was the best thing that's ever happened to me. It was like being born again. I was like, that was fucking amazing.
That's the initiation part of your University of Health course,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, just like pouring your
Yeah,
pants
I
on
give them
yourself.
all like whiskey bottles of water in it. You're not ready yet.
But what about like you be in your tent and like what if people like fall against your tent or anything?
You just laugh.
Yeah,
It's funny, like.
yeah.
I once peed in a cider bottle and left it outside the door of my tent because I was like, I'm probably going to need to pee again.
It was gone the next
Gone
day.
the next day.
Yeah, so it's kids like that.
And I feel so bad about it. I also, one time, Paul Curry, we were Glastonbury, and it had rained so bad that they had these like compost porta potties.
Yeah.
And it rained so bad that the compost stuff all just swole up. And
Yeah.
I watched Paul Curry go into this porta potty, come out, grab a paper cup, put it over his fist, pull his jumper over his nose, and he basically had to punch shit
Oh man,
back into the
just
hole.
shut outside like.
Yeah, well, that was. I mean, you could have done
Do
that.
people do that?
I'm sure, yeah.
see, at
people
Glas-
piss every like our tent was just surrounded with.
Well, there's
piss.
weird things
but
like-
it dried up every day. Do you know
Oh,
what I mean?
Aye.
sweet.
Well, at Glastonbury, they had
No
this
wet
thing-
piss around here.
They had this thing in Glastonbury. They ask you not to piss on the because there's so many people there. But they take a year off every couple of years to like let the actual alarm.
Yeah, come back to
The
life.
piss dry.
Yeah, but the toilets at Glastonbury, they got
They nasty.
fuck, they're bad one.
I
Long drop, so it's just like fucking 60 toilets over a massive tank.
Long
filled
drop
with
sounds
shitty
like
water.
a medieval guy who would have like roamed around Glastonbury in
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the 1200s.
Yeah.
Long drop. I would hate to have lived in medieval times for sure.
I would love the fashion though.
You'd have thrived, James. I could see you'd be
think I
like
might have thrived,
you'd
yeah.
be like an executioner's assistant.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah, yeah.
Like super flamboyant executioner success. I
Not
would
even.
play it up.
I
Though.
think you come up with like torture devices.
Right,
You're like
okay.
test this out. You know, like Q and James
Yeah,
Bond,
man, I like that. That's cool. Yeah.
something like that. We would hate to live in medieval times.
I
I
think-
feel like
no,
you'd
I
be
had a
like
great
the
time.
pauper. I don't know what that is. That is. I know that's a name for something in medieval times. The pauper. What's
Pauper's
the
like
pauper?
Pauper's
like
the poor
per
person.
person.
The perp. Oh, sorry. Maybe no. You'd be like the fancy wee like king's assistant or something.
Yeah, I think you'd have those wee, you know, the wee fucking frilly collar,
Yeah.
the frilly cups.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know what I would
You're
do?
like, I'm Sir Shane from
you'd play
Hollywood.
a lute.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I would
Yeah.
advise on drapes. That's what I would have done for the
Yeah.
king. You know when like there's a battle scene and the king has a tent in
Yes,
the middle of the
you
like
would
battlefield. I'd have set that up.
Yes.
I'd have a few
Yeah.
guys and I'd be like, let me move
like,
that
no.
over to the left, and I go king. I get a wee bit of potpourri going for it. I'd be a guy with underground connections to the potpourri scene in medieval
Yeah.
times.
I think I'd be like, you know, in Braveheart, like Robert the Bruce's dad, just leprosy, all scared.
Yeah, yeah,
Like nobody wants to look at my kids are afraid of me.
Yeah.
But I make class wine.
yeah. You'd be leopard up. You'd be leopard up for
Yeah,
sure.
all leopard up to fuck.
But you'd
Yeah.
keep living. And
But
people
yeah, people are like, how do you
always-
do it? And I'm like, about to live whiskey a week.
Every time you show up, you'd have like a limb missing or something.
Yeah.
You would just
Yeah.
slowly become.
But
more
then
and more
every so often
decrepit.
show up with a new one.
like,
Last year when your psoriasis was bad last year, I thought you might have had leprosy.
That's what I,
You know what I mean?
I googled. I thought I had syphilis at one point. I was like, you can't get that from not bucking. Like, I was.
what
There
is
was so
syphilis again?
nothing. What's a syphilis for you? I don't know. What it
Hey.
is.
Not bucking's your medieval name.
Somebody,
Long
somebody
shot,
told- who was
long
telling me
dropping,
this?
not bucking.
There's a fucking. Be careful around Oma. Apparently, there's like fucking syphilis going about.
Oh fuck.
What do you like?
He's a traveller guy that just drives through the town on a Saturday night lapping.
Oh dear, I don't.
Have you ever had an STD?
No,
No, have you?
Not really.
Not really. It means I have
not really.
fucking nothing about
Wink, wink.
I had thrush.
it. Okay.
I stuck my bun in the oven. If you know. No, what? I
You stuck your butt.
got a yeast infection off a girl one time.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
It's rough.
No, that's not
Itchy.
James, same question to you.
I know.
You're
don't
like,
believe
you're like a guy doing Pokemon Go. Though you're trying to catch them all.
Yeah.
You're out there trying to get them. You're just not getting them.
It's like on his phone. Like there's one over there.
He's like he's like annoyed he doesn't have
There's
it.
gonorrhea down at the Orange Hall. Let's fucking go, lads.
What's gonorrhea doing there? He's a cat. Gonorrhea's going to get his fuck kicked. If he doesn't get anyone at all.
Oh man.
I met someone who knows you recently. I'm trying to remember what the interaction was.
Was it in Sydney?
Nah.
My cousin
Yeah.
said he was talking to Ronan.
I don't specifically remember, but I remember a guy.
He was like a tall dude, kind of blonde hair, maybe.
Oh yeah, the tall guy.
The tall guy,
The tall guy from Australia. Have you been to Australia?
I've never been, but I feel like I would thrive, lad.
Yeah, you need
like
to go. How good is it, man?
It's class.
Yeah.
I'm going back on Wednesday.
Are you really? Oh man.
Mickey treats Australia like we would head down to like Donegal. He's like, I'll nip over every weekend here, Mum. We'll pack up a car.
I'm the only person. People are like, that flight must be a nightmare. I go, no, you just watch DVDs all day. Like,
Yeah,
it's
DVDs get
it's like
pitched.
being 3 again.
Yeah.
I'm like, Paw Patrol, bing.
Like, Mickey, we've no more drink left. Please stop.
That did happen one time.
They
They
cut
did.
you off?
No, they did. They've cut me off. There's a couple of times of like, and I haven't been drunk. They've just been like, that's a disaster waiting to happen,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you're right. The just time on the flight is class.
Yeah.
Just watching.
I love airport time. It's
Oh,
guilt
you-
free. You don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
I don't know
Nobody's-
about airport time.
Right.
On the plane,
But those long haul flights, free booze too.
Oh, free booze. along
free
that way.
booze.
Free booze.
What's your
Yeah.
tipple? What's your tipple?
What does that mean?
Like,
It's a
Can't
anagram for third nipple. Not anagram.
so what do you
What do you
what
call
do you
it?
drink?
Oh, what I drink?
What did you think it was? Because there was real anger and aggression.
Oh, sorry, I didn't
Like
mean
the
to-
fuck? What do you mean? What's my
fucking
tipple?
asking me about my fucking
my
tipple?
tipple?
Is it out? I don't know. I used to be a beer guy, but now I think I'm on the spirits a wee bit, like bit of vodka. Just I like vodka.
Fuck off.
Man, I
the
used
only thing I can't drink.
I tried to be a whiskey
I-
guy, but it gave me the worst hangovers.
How old are you?
29.
Not yet.
Not yet, kid.
32, 33. You're like, oh, I get it. I get it.
Okay.
But I don't think
Whiskey
you.
just deals with the hardships of life.
Yeah,
We
100%.
talked about this before. See, I can't take the smell of it, so I'll never. People, you'll develop the. I won't, because it turns me that much that I
Wait,
won't. I'll
it's
never.
what-
But
Vodka or
you'll
whiskey?
learn to drink without breathing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't sound nice.
It feels great, man.
It's not about nice. It's about
Nah,
getting
nah,
It's about
nah.
being on the edge.
yeah.
It's about thinking. It's
Fucking
about trying to
love
solve a case. I mean, your dead partner, McCluskey. That's why I drink whiskey.
That's what you look like. That's the look.
A detective.
Like a local cop drama, but they're changing the direction of it.
Yeah,
Like, it's
Oh,
too
man, that'd be
gritty at the minute.
great.
yeah.
That'll be good.
James
It's
Nesbitt
just,
turned up to my house and I'm just fucking, I'm just in Maui. I live there now.
just called Bartlett.
Yeah.
Where's
And
Bartlett?
you always
I've just
say
started making canoes for some reason.
you always say you have a hunch that you need to go to Australia to investigate.
Yeah.
And like they're all
But
like,
people
Mick,
thought
stop going
people,
to Australia.
people were like, I thought he had scoliosis. And I'm like, no, it's an idea, not a
I wouldn't want
get
to.
it? Hunch. There you go, Tony.
James, if you could live in any other times, what would it be?
Any other time, man.
Vapes for life.
Mickey just passed away. Any other time? Fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Like the Wild West or like God times or
God times.
oh like
God.
the Bible, like the Bible.
All times are
Oh,
God
like
times.
the
brother.
Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the Wild West would be kind of cool, or whatever. Like, do you know when like surfing was big? It's always big.
Still is, man.
But you know the whole fucking
Like that 67.
California
yeah.
67. Oh man, I thrive.
Oh.
there.
I'd love to be able to go to certain historic events just to see how true they were.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like I'd
would
love
do
to go to
Like-
like biblical times and find out that Moses didn't so much part the sea. It's just like he got a brush and just like moved the puddle.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, Moses, he's so good. I don't know where those people are from.
No.
So good. It's amazing.
Oi, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, like if you could see a historical
I
event.
don't think I'd like to go back. I'd just look and then come back here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
here's the best.
I'd love to have like a DeLorean and then like just pull up in the sky, open the door, go, oh T-Rex.
I'd like to see Elvis in his pomp.
Elvis.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see Elvis. Go to an Elvis concert, sit at the concert, and then when it's done, yep, back to these times.
Yeah.
Do you listen to a lot of Elvis?
Not really, but I saw the movie on the flight to Australia. I was like, I love this
You
guy.
know the bit that the movie doesn't tell you? He's a bit of a Schofield.
Yeah.
Dude, 100%.
Yeah.
Literally any singer back then, they're probably like you go back and they're probably doing some shifty.
But in the movie, they don't. They're
don't
like,
mention it at all.
he's all good.
there's a
Don't worry about
documentary coming out though. He's only good for now.
Shit.
it. You've self-made this.
Yeah.
Like Elvis
Just
the
me on
Truth,
YouTube
by
screaming.
James McKegney. You just need to know this.
Just him and Philip Schofield. Like. I didn't know.
I know what. I would also like to see a medieval battle from a distance.
They'll be underwhelming, you know.
Yeah,
Why?
Just because everyone's like,
Yeah. Also,
Was all the gear so
Yeah.
heavy?
what happened a lot of times was they would no, but true story. Well, I don't know how true it is, but I read this once.
true story, I just
True
made it
story.
up.
Yeah, it's like, no, but I did read a thing one time, and basically a lot of times what would happen, the two armies would turn up, and basically whoever had the most cons, they would just go, all right, you win then.
Oh really?
There was like, so many times because they were just like, why the fuck? What are we doing?
Yeah, you're clearly
Like-
gonna win.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And the biggest cause of death for medieval knights was drowning. Because they would fall over in muddy fields with their fucking armour on and they couldn't get back up. And they would just fucking...
Micky Bartlett, that's one of the best facts I've ever heard in my life.
Man, like, you know, I know some shit.
I know some things.
Yeah.
Would you just, like...
Also, if you went back in time, right, you tried to live there, you would die because your body wouldn't be used to the clean water. Even though you think it's fresh, unpolluted water, there'd be bacteria in it that has, like, disappeared that we can't deal with.
That
so
is really interesting.
It always, in films, I always go, you know the archers? Or no, when people like get the archers, when people get arrows fired at them and they have shields, how are they still getting like dying? Do you know what I mean?
Shields aren't big enough.
I know, but you could just hunch under it. It just, I don't know how they're still getting.
But that's because hunching under a shield is the equivalent of like you pulling a blanket over your face and thinking you're invisible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
probably the shields probably only work for a certain amount of arrows, and then they're deteriorated.
But have bigger shield.
Yeah, but then you have to carry a big shield, and then how are you
What's
going to
worth
fight?
it?
How are you going to fight? So why don't you just not go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you want to come fight this battle, Mick? Can't. Srath.
Yeah, but it'd be good if it goes
Nothing
well.
Yeah, plantar fasciitis.
Fair enough, sire.
Plantar fasciitis. Who's he?
I just defeated him.
Does he have a steed?
Good Christ.
Does he have a steed? He had thrush once.
We shall reconvene at the Battle of Gonorrhea. Todd is here. I would go with, personally, I would go with this texture. Feel out. What do you think of that?
Get this queer out of here.
More wine, sire.
That's what I'd do. I'd be a sommelier back then. Yeah.
But I feel like if you went
We'll all
back,
be pretty sommelier. There's no showers or...
everyone would stink.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, but they would have just bathed.
I would love to
They
have
have
one of
like
them
river
big,
baths.
Yeah, or
like
do you know
once a week.
when you see them big wooden fucking like massive bathtubs,
Tubs, and then there's sitting.
and there's this big busty wench comes in with a jug of hot water. You want more of that? You're like,
I'm the busty wench.
good woman.
Good woman.
Pull one of them out. Class. Fuck off. More mead. David Mead turns up.
More meat, sire. I'd say the best thing in medieval times would be if you win a battle, a big
Big
banquet.
banquet.
Yeah.
Big leg of lamb. You know what I mean?
But it's probably like
Larry. If we're doing this game.
He's like, oh, that's sore. Here, Larry, you skitter. Yeah, it would. The food would have been. There was no seasoning. Was
it
there?
would have been stinking.
There was seasoning. Yeah.
I
I
would,
think so.
There'd be spice merchants running about like.
not here.
Yeah.
I mean, also, yeah, medieval times you have to geographically go whereabouts in the world because if here medieval times, shite, just licking spuds.
Licking spuds, yeah.
Was there medieval times here?
Yeah,
Or was everyone medieval?
medieval,
times?
yeah.
It all happened
it's
at
a
once.
time period.
Yeah.
And I really wish it was Kieran so I knew what exactly it meant, but it means something.
But that's weird, the idea that there'd be medieval times in like Brazil. What was going on then? There? Because it was all, you know. What
That's
was
good. That's a good
That's a
point.
good-
Yeah.
that's a good question.
I was trying to envision that and I can't.
Why is it? Is this a cover up?
I imagine they're all
people-
just still playing football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having a big street party.
Yeah.
But with like a really
Pile.
a really
Yes,
wick
can you,
ball,
man?
like a lamb head.
Yeah.
George.
You're mad about it. You want some lamb?
George.
Huh? Best I could do.
Like a lamb head, Burgini.
I think if you went back in time though, you'd think you're like, oh, I'm going to be their god, but within minutes you'd realize you can't explain anything.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
You couldn't explain how any of this works.
Yeah.
You'd be just as.
Oh, there's internet,
like,
boys.
right, straight
What's
to the
that?
call
I
boys.
don't Lads, 5G. But you'd lie about it, wouldn't you?
They'd be like-
6G.
But you know what? You can get these goggles, right? And you put them on your house and it makes you think you're outside.
They're like, why don't you just go outside, man? You're like, nah, but it's
Nah,
not
you
like
can't.
that.
mate.
Like,
Traffic. It's noisy.
Oh, TV, boys. Everything on TV. What's that? How does that work? No, there's fucking. You
There's
plug
a
it.
there's a
Yeah, but how
line.
does it work? No, the fucking.
the
a
electric
picture
in
in
the
the
air.
box.
Don't even, because I've got a mild hangover. Don't even start with. See the idea.
You're not.
This is right. I can kind of fathom, without thinking about it too hard, how like an MP3 digital music file works, right?
Right.
See when people say to me, "Oh, a record player," the
Dude,
needle
yeah.
grab sound out of it.
I've tried to comprehend
I
that
fucking
before.
cannot. Why? That should have been the pinnacle of human.
How them wee lines make that? Like it's just
Like,
a needle
voices
going
not-
over the thing. It's
but it's
making
not
noise.
even. It's not. It's how do you get the music onto it?
Yeah.
How do you record onto that?
I don't
How
know.
the fuck? Because should have been Beethoven. How the fuck?
I
did
can
he-
see like numbers going around your head right now.
It, And I have lost sleep. I've lay awake being like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like that seems more advanced.
Like,
Down
how
the
does, the
phone,
needle,
yeah.
how does the needle know?
What you're saying?
what- make the sound?
Yeah. And there's
It's
so many
the-
different
it's-
sounds because there's vocals, there's fucking backing track, there's
Yeah.
Chain
look
of
us up?
Fools. Do
How
you know
did they
what
get
I
the
mean?
know?
music in there?
Dan, look, that's
Dan's
the
gonna
face of a
say-
man who thinks he knows.
Do you know?
No idea.
Do you think you know? Try and do you?
Hold on.
A stylus touches the top of the record, rides around the disc, it picks up vibrations that are then sent to a cartridge, which converts it into electric signals.
Shut up,
Vibrations
like-
to a cartridge.
But how
Shut
do you
up, man.
get? I know that.
how do you tell?
How do you
what
get? How do you get the fucking sound onto the record?
I think it's like the
rub it
reverse.
against it.
The reverse of what reads it, so it like indents.
Oh, so it's picking up the vibrations and then fucking dinging away at the thing.
But how?
You're just like, unfortunately.
How do you record this into a physical body? That's what. Do you know what I mean?
I thought you just sang
like-
at a record and then it's a delayed echo. Our artist has to sing really
This
loud.
would
and
be
everything.
us
Because I'm thinking
explaining.
about like really old. Do you know the
There's a
really,
ghost
like,
in it.
the really old. Like I had to wind them up and the wee thing would go around and there was the
Gramophone.
gramophone. Like that's the same. That how did they do that
I don't know, man.
before
That's
there was
fucking crazy.
indoor plumbing? Like you had the shit out the back, but all of a sudden, fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a video VHS I can nearly understand. Because there's, it's reading the reel type
The
thing.
image is caught.
But like you say, how does the sound come out of the... How the fuck does a microphone work?
Oh, bro, don't even start on the microphone.
What?
I don't know.
1889 was the first vinyl.
1889 was the
Who
first
invented
vinyl.
That's not. When was the famine? 1700.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not.
Yeah.
It's not that far
Do
from.
you know what I mean? Like,
Can I tell you a
We all died
conspiracy?
because we didn't even. Do you know what I mean?
Can I tell you a
can you
conspiracy?
tell me a conspiracy? Try.
Right, no one's talking about this one.
Uh huh.
Dan, what year was the famine, please?
I want to say 1845.
1789?
I'm not gonna guess.
I fucking know.
1845.
1845.
1845 was this.
Dan,
That's what I said. The salmon. The
what
famine.
year was HP sauce invented? Hear me out.
Okay.
HP sauce.
HP.
Sorry, Michael.
Oh yeah. Bro.
HP sauce. The well-known condiment.
1895.
Okay, so when was the famine?
1845.
1845 and then 1895.
The fucking gramophone was invented before HP sauce. That's how fucking insane the gramophone is.
That is crazy.
So let me say this. The famine's happening in Ireland. Spuds are wrecked. Ireland requests help from England. Doesn't really get it. Gets a little bit, but not enough.
Yep.
Right? So the English government is going, sorry, we can't help
We're
you.
working on something.
We don't have this dough. We're busy.
Yeah.
What were they doing? Developing, and how sick is this? The perfect accompaniment
For fries.
to a spud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HP sauce, which stands for what?
How's the Parliament sauce?
Houses of Parliament
Does it really?
sauce.
Yeah.
Not
That's why
only
the
were
House
they,
of Parliament's in the bottle.
not only were they
is
not
sick,
helping, they're like, fuck you, you're on your own. But see when
Right.
you get it sorted, whack a bit of that onto your spud.
I once.
Will they apologise? Will they ever apologise for that?
Do you know what I think's the most Irish thing that's ever happened ever, apart from the famine? Was there was a lot. You Google it. It's on like you can see, but it's like there was a bunch of kind of important things that were invented in Ireland over like fucking football and all that sort of shit. And then they invented whiskey, and fuck all happened for 300 years.
That's right. It's in the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It's like we did
And
this,
it's
we
like,
did this,
and
whiskey,
then-
all good.
No, and then the submarine, and we all know how that worked out.
We invented that.
Irish people invented submarine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after whiskey, like everything we invented just turned into like the submarine,
turned
the
to shit.
Titanic. Did we not create that wee sub that went missing?
Oh fuck, is that us?
Well, say no.
Do you know what? I saw footage of the wreckage, and there was masking tape all over it. I was like, no, what the fuck do you think was going to happen? I've got an idea. Give me $250,000. I mean, you'll get in an upside down bath and go fucking see something that's already on DVD.
A busty wench pouring hot
Aye.
water into it. Yeah, I mean, don't be like making submarines and all.
Nah.
Don't have that. That's
Don't
not a good
be-
hobby. Don't be a
don't be at it.
submarinist.
I do feel really bad for them though, because like over the years, I've tried to go down a few wrecks myself.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, even when you're down there, would it be that good?
Well,
Oh, it's
probably
great, and you're down there, aye.
in the moment, it's
Oh yeah,
class.
bit of HP sauce. Something.
That's the most Irish thing ever. Let me season this. What are you thinking? Chocolate flavored lube? Nah,
Like that,
brown
what are you doing?
sauce.
I'm just checking the bottle up. And it's a glass bottle, so you have to put a knife in it.
Don't do that. Tap the number.
Shamir.
Tap the number.
Tap the number?
Tap the number. The glass bottle. You know when you see people.
That's red sauce. Is it the same?
Yeah,
for-
that's red sauce. It's the same.
Did they put the number there on purpose, and is that like a hack, or is that somebody worked it out?
Tap the side of the tap. You know the number, like 74 or something,
Aye.
Yeah.
of the on the Heinz glass bottles. Tap
Few of
that.
those.
Can you tap it any?
You're gushing.
It's like the lift from The Shining.
Like Paul Curry unclogging a toilet of glass number.
Aye.
Let the shit flow. That's what you do. You tap the side of it.
Jeez, that was
Yeah.
something else,
See
man.
that? Absolutely.
What are you doing to your
Jesus
bottles?
Christ, aye.
Tap the side of it.
I
and
wish
it
I
just
was.
will come out.
I wish I was
that,
Pablo
Bob.
right
You
now.
can see by the point where you're getting the knife in, you're not going to enjoy your food. Your head's gone, like your knife and all flustered.
No, but then you can take the wee bit of sauce on the knife and smear it over your food as well. Like in
Oh,
the first bite.
the last wee, like, just getting that off the knife.
Do you know what's a
what I mean?
great wee snack? Great wee snack. 2 potato waffles, wee bit of cheese and brown sauce.
Oh, mate, I love a potato waffle.
You get.
Couple of wee waffles, beans, and a wee
Beans.
bit of brown sauce.
I like my beans that are separate ramekin
Oh, really?
with brown sauce in it. No, I always mix.
Mix it up.
Do you ever put chili powder or curry powder in beans?
I haven't, though.
Kieran does beef
Changes
stock.
the
He
game.
calls it beans
I've heard
all
that's
day.
good as well. Yeah. But
I like
curry
your.
powder and stew as well.
So see on a
Yeah, I've done that. That's
I
quite
know
nice.
this will start
I
a
put chocolate and curry before. It's added dark chocolate and a bit of curry.
I'll put a wee
Mix
bit
it
of
up.
dark chocolate with chili.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant
Yeah.
to say. I meant to say chili.
I know this will spark a debate, like the house coat dressing room thing. See on a fry, I believe what you do is, I like to separate my sausages off to the side, not a separate dish, just off to the side.
Yeah, and then cut the tip off.
Well,
Foreskin.
obviously. Yeah. And then I put my red sauce on
Do
the
you go
edge
red
of the
sauce on a
plate,
fry?
just for the sausages.
So you keep that separate. Red
Right.
sauce, condiment,
Just
sausages.
to the side, and then at the edge of the plate, my red sauce. So the sausage is almost like a barrier
it's like
for the red
it's
sauce.
a dam for red sauce.
It's a dam.
Made of
And then,
sausages.
and then I get the brown sauce
Damn, it's in.
and just do a light everywhere.
Yeah.
The eggs, the beans, the bread, everything. And then I'll not mix the sausage with it. I'll just eat them separate, and then the rest can be mixed up.
No, see, I'm brown sauce, just a generous squirt,
All over that.
and then
shit, like,
sausage, bacon, potato bread, egg, into my wee ramekin, put a wee bean on the top,
oh yeah, right.
whole
Okay.
thing.
James?
I like I just mix it all together, man. I like having a bit of everything in the fork. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what's a
I don't
great-
mind. Do you hate the beans because it moistens up everything, or
No, you need that.
I like
It's,
that. Yeah.
No, it's for some reason I always feel like when beans are on a plate they get cold very quick, and I end up going they feel colder than the rest of this fry.
So let
When
them
they're in a,
huddle
when
in
they're
the
in a
ramekin.
ramekin, they're all together like penguins.
Yes.
They stay warm.
Ramekin Skywalker.
Very
That was
good.
not bad.
That wasn't bad.
So well, something.
Yeah, ramekin when Muslims fast.
Yeah.
Excellent. When I would like to have a fry now. I love a fry.
I love a fry.
But see, because I have a wee special tummy, I have to go all day. I can't just.
You can't have soda bread, can you? When's the last time you had soda bread?
Do you
I don't know.
miss
I need to like
gluten?
befriend Paul Rankin or something and get him to like do me separate stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Down
no
this
one knew
gluten.
that's very possible.
Oh,
Can't believe
I
you already don't know him.
don't know.
I know. Was he not on this?
No.
No.
Paul Rankin?
Did you? No.
No, I told a story about when he was at Pavilion one night, this like 12 years ago, and he were in the smoke. You know, like TV chef Paul Rankin.
I don't, but go on.
You don't know Paul?
I don't know
Soda
Paul
merchant
Rankin.
Paul Rankin.
Soda merchant.
Yeah.
No.
You don't know?
I don't.
He was like in the mid-90s. He was like the main.
The
He would
guy-
have been
Barn
on ready,
brat
he was
exporter,
on Ready
like.
Steady Cook a lot.
I remember that.
And he had like curly sort of hair, a bit of a beard.
Oh wait. No wait. No. Sorry, I lost him. I thought it was somebody else.
So he was like the yin and yang, the Ainsley Harriet.
Yes.
Him and
okay.
Ainsley would have been the boys, like.
Black and white.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Paul Rankin is at the Pavilion, and we only knew him as this like family-friendly TV chef.
I recognise
Yeah,
that guy.
sorry.
That was
Yeah.
so creepy, by the
The
way.
weirdest thing that's ever happened. Somebody just,
That's-
without saying anything, just holds up a laptop with a picture of Paul Rankin on it. It's
I
like
thought
his
Dan
face,
was-
his face looked like he's always had it.
I
Like,
thought Dan.
like he looked across like finally my chance to
Like,
show
I
thought Dan
everybody
was
my
Skyping
background.
He heard.
Is he on Skype?
It's like he heard someone say his name and he just peered over a wall.
Do you
He
think
said,
we
he said 3 times he turns up like Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
Oh, that was amazing.
Pretty sure he's Catholic though, so
So he goes.
what am I sugar now?
He's at Pav, right?
Right,
And everyone's
okay.
like, and this is like, 2010 or something. So everyone's like, fuck me.
Paul
Everyone's popping off. Paul Rankin's here.
Yeah.
I go to look for someone, say him or something in the smoking area. I'm about to leave. It's just Rankin there smoking a rollies in a leather jacket.
Right.
And he goes, and I'm expecting like, TV chef Paul Rankin. And he goes,
Suck my cock.
he goes, I like,
Sorry.
he goes, seasoned it. He goes, I like the set there, man. And I said, yo, yeah, thank you very much. And I was like, fuck, Paul Rankin, though. And he goes, a lot of people think I wouldn't like the dark shit, but that's the sort of comedy I like.
Oh, fuck.
And he had really narrow eyes, and I couldn't handle it. I just walked out of there, and I was like, it's nuts. Paul Rankin's at this
I remember
gig.
it was raining that night. I always remember he was standing. It looked like he was standing.
like Sin
outside, and he was
City.
kind of wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his hair kind of matted a bit.
So he's like a dark, brooding figure. He didn't come across that way on TV.
No.
He's a lovely
anything
guy.
from it.
Was he not a wee? Did he not have a wee bit of a temper? Was it? Did something not?
What
fucking-
chef does? What good
Sure,
chef
I mean, it's a
does?
very high stress
Who's
job.
the sexiest chef?
Currently,
Chef.
Jella Lawson.
oh, is she the girl who says microwave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got
That's
But
all I know
she's
about.
got, she's got sore hands from all the cooking.
Is Ramsey the is Ramsey the hottest meal guy, or are we having him?
Ramsey's built like a fucking tank.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
Jimmy Oliver got completely fucked over back. Remember, he was trying to get people to eat a vegetable, and the nation wasn't having it.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Fuck you, Jimmy
Yeah.
Oliver.
He's like, I'm just saying, let's make the kids healthier. Like, no.
Just pouring coke down their kids' fucking
Cancel
I
him.
remember there was a point in one of those documentaries he made where there was a doctor who talked about kids that were so constipated they were vomiting poo.
Was that real?
Swear to God.
That doctor.
Swear to God, literally
just
talking
made
shit.
up
Like,
his own PhD.
no, because they were so fucking bunged up from eating just chicken nuggets all the time that they ended up like
throwing up
throwing
shit
fecal
nuggets.
matter.
Sounds like you're on the Bernard Matthews payroll, and you're like, listen to these people that have on and all. Get the turkey
It's
twizzlers
fucking
in.
turkey. It's good for you.
So I don't know. I think Ramsey's definitely like up there, but like,
Yeah, he's cool.
who else is like Ainsley Harriott has aged. Like Ainsley stayed the same
Yeah.
kind of age.
Is he still doing his thing?
He's still knocking out the omelets.
Does Paul Hollywood count? He's not a chef, is he?
Nah. But the
Gino.
De Campo.
Gino De Campo.
Oh, Fred.
Fred's not a chef. He's a smellier.
He's a what?
He's just smelly.
Maitre d'. Marco Pierre White.
Oh,
That's an
yeah,
intense
he's got
lover.
the fucking, yeah.
I use his stock pots. The wee gel stock pots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As lube.
Yeah.
You're having a roast tonight?
Who wants a pig in a blanket?
It's actually a pig and a piblo.
It's just me and a doofy. Why have you got a jug of hot water and a spoon, Mick? No, don't worry about it. I'm going to stock a life out of you.
Stock a lube.
James, let me
yeah,
ask
man.
you this, man. You are like back into stand up now.
Yeah.
So like you weren't doing stand up for a while, because like you were were you
Couldn't stand
Because
for
my
it.
wee Yankees.
were you sort of getting started just before COVID?
I am
I
so
think I
sorry.
was going
That was a
maybe-
medieval cough.
Jesus Christ.
Long drop has fallen.
He's got the black lung.
Oh, my word.
But
Heavens.
what?
I was going for like maybe 2 years before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then there's
It was only 2 years. I thought you were going longer than that. I feel like I've known you a
I
long
wouldn't
time.
even have counted maybe the year before that. I was just kind of waffling about attempting it
Do you think,
really badly.
in your experience, so a lot of time when people like go away for a while, it takes them like a long time to like get back to where they
I
were?
don't-
This guy came back. You've come back like this, like an athlete who's gone away and doped, and you've come back and it's just like home runs, and I'm
Dude,
like,
yeah, no, I don't think it makes a difference. I think if you keep it in your head that I'm still in it every day, but if you're sitting there going, oh, I'm fucked when I'm back, then you are going to be fucked when you're
Yeah,
back.
that's a good
I think if you just I just kept imagining the gig was the next day, and then I
Right.
just kind of stayed in that kind of.
But you seemed like, when I saw you Lavery's not that long ago, like times I'd seen you before, you would say about like talk backstage. You'd say about nerves, like you felt like you always felt like quite nervous. And now I think I've seen you out recently. You're like you look totally at ease.
just chill.
Yeah.
I think I had to just once I started enjoying it, I was chill. So I was like, I used to be nervous, but now I'm
So you
like,
couldn't
just,
enjoy it because you were so nervous.
yeah. Whereas then I was like, no, just actually have fun. Because you know, like I think at the start I was like, you have to do this to get this gig, and now I'm just like, just enjoy the fucking gig,
There's definitely
and
that
just see
fucking-
where that goes.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a pressure. We probably didn't really experience as much of, like, we were doing 20s pretty quickly.
Because there was far
'Cause
less
there was
comedians.
less comedians and, like, we needed to fill the time.
Yeah.
So I don't think we experienced the you need to get your 5 ready, then you get your 7, then you get your 10.
Yeah, it was
And
intense.
that's when it's because like when you do if you have to go somewhere and do 5 minutes,
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no room to get it wrong.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
You're only doing 5.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whatever that means.
If Mickey was doing that, it would sound exactly like a chopper.
Yeah.
It's good. That sounds like you're telling off a wee
A wee
wee
dog.
mouse.
That kind of sounded like looked like your Palmatini impression telling off wee mouse. Yeah, there it is.
I was thinking about your Tom Jones impression again the other day. I did it to myself in the car. Oh, I like it. I just do that randomly in the house.
Oh, I like it.
Great.
I like it. I can't say anything else.
That's it, man.
Oh, I'm John Jones.
I like it.
Oh,
That should be a whole skit if you just being that character doing everything.
oh.
That's all
He's
he
always
does.
testing water
Just
in a
trying,
bath.
yeah. Just in
He's
different
always,
scenarios.
he's always watching a penalty shootout. Oh, I like it.
If the water's hot, he does it, and even if it's too colder than he thought, oh,
I like it. But he doesn't.
I don't like it.
He's got like a disability. That's all he can say. Dude.
Yeah.
He's just testing new recipes for Paul Rankin. Oh, Paul, I like it.
Do that, man. That'd be amazing. Just a compilation.
That's all I can
compilation.
do.
Yeah.
And then they start to find out. That's all I'm like earning such a great living.
They're like, wait a minute.
Doing Tom Jones, and then they start to figure out these people who are booking me. You can't do anything other than oh, I like it. And it's a
like, yeah.
60-minute show.
You become the, like in The Simpsons when Bart goes, I didn't do it, and they're like, oh. Yeah. One day it's just over.
What's been since like before you were gigging or now that you come back? What's the worst gig you've ever done?
Oh.
Or like in the early days, what was one where you were like, I don't know.
Oh my god, we did Dry January one time. The Dry January gigs, which is already just full of old people.
The
And there was like
it's not
10
in your favor before you start.
Before I
so it's
start,
gonna be people not
fuck no.
drinking.
They're old. There's
Right.
like 10 of them. And the DJ before we went on was playing Everybody Hurts. And I was like, dude, everybody. I can't sing.
Right.
Everybody Hurts.
Do you know what? It sounded like you nearly could at the
I was
start.
going
and
to
then
attempt
you
it.
panicked,
I shit
and you
myself.
panicked.
I did. My voice broke.
Right.
But he played that, and it was like hell gig, lad.
I've done a couple of those where it's like, and the whole point is they're like, it's it's about promoting not drinking.
And you're like, yeah, you need to make this.
And then they're like, don't mention alcoholism because there's some alcoholics in the audience. And you die on your. I did it one time in Derry. We just went. So you saw a bunch of winos, and they all just started laughing. And I was like, tension's gone, guys. Let's
There you
fucking
go, dude.
let's get stuck in. I've taken cocaine twice.
Mickey's like, let's get stuck. And he's like, drink, have it.
I get it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Buy a whiskey a week, mate. You live forever.
You're going to die unless you change.
You start looking after your
How about
health.
them wee beans?
Big Russell Sellers bag.
Trust me, boys.
I'm going to save you, boys.
Why are you wanking them off?
That was a girthy
Yeah,
fella.
that's Jesus
It
Christ.
is. The over the shoulder. Yeah. The cocktail.
Hey.
Yeah, I've done the Dry January ones, and you do need to just break the tension at them.
Oh, yeah.
Have you done a corporate yet?
No, I actually haven't. I have not done a corporate. I don't even know if I want to. They sound awful. They
Last
say-
corporate, I did one on
The pay sounds
Monday.
good.
It should have been bad, but it was really good. Mm-hmm. What was your last one?
The last one I did was the night before the water. It was the 1st of December.
Night before. That's ballsy to do
Yeah.
one the night before your big show.
And yeah, there'd been a disaster where like somebody was smoking in the toilet. They had to evacuate the whole hotel. So I got there and they were like, we're only 5% through these awards. And Adrian Logan was
wow.
hosting it, right?
Oh, why?
And as he was doing the awards, people kept chatting because they're all fucking having pints and it's a big work do. And Logie would just stop the awards and be like, if you don't listen, we're not doing it. Like he was fully going, I'll keep you here as long as
Logie doesn't take no shit.
Logie did a full that bell's for me, not for you. Like I'll keep you here until this is done. And then
Logie Bear?
yeah, and then
He just like,
he just scared the fuck out of me.
right. How long were you to do?
20, I think.
Where?
What do you call that hotel? There's a hotel in Belfast. Ah, fuck.
quite a few.
Forget the name of it. Ah,
Europa?
fuck. No,
Merchant?
no, no. It's one of those ones you wouldn't even think of.
The E-Tap.
No.
Mickey and Logie in the E-Tap?
I mean, I've been to the
Done
E-Tap,
gigs
you know what I'm
with
saying?
shorts in the E-Tap.
I've
E-Tapped a few things.
went down a storm and that. Let me tell you.
Mickey had a suite in the E-Tap.
I had a black card. I was just turn up. Just let me in.
Your whore is upstairs, Mickey. Sorry.
No, she's not. She's on the end of my wrist.
Like Elvis in Vegas. You in the E-Tap. They're like, Mickey, we'll put you up and on for free.
residency.
Yeah, can we just talk about the fact that we just 10 minutes ago mentioned Elvis was a pedo, and I don't want to be.
Happy to be associated with E-Tap, not Elvis.
Yeah, don't let the shirt fool you. I'm a MILF guy.
Right.
That is a very. I feel like that might be a party guy MILF shirt though. I think
It's a lovely material.
It's a
I don't
lovely
know if
material.
it
It'll be a
comes
lovely shirt on somebody else. I feel like I want to get my fucking bowling balls out a wee bit. It's too big on me.
yeah, fucking pin
know what I mean?
those sleeves
across.
up.
No, it's a really nice shirt.
Thanks, man. It's breathable. It's like cotton. So you
Yeah.
can kinda...
Right, okay. And
got
you
a
like,
vest
what have you got,
on
a
it?
vest?
I've a wee vest under
Can you
it.
just wear the vest?
No. It's white. You can see my nips.
Because the Bartletts love an undershirt. Kieran wears an undershirt all the time.
Does it? I didn't know
An
that.
undershirt.
It's
I'll wear if I'm wearing one of these. I'll wear a wee fucking because I don't want my titties falling out. But usually I'm a one shirt guy. Like
No, Kieran wears a like, what would you call it? Like a tight,
Yeah, like a skin tight.
like a long sleeve
Almost
thermal,
a thermal, but I don't
thermal
really.
undershirt all the time. Yep.
I did not know that about Arcane.
Yeah. If he took his
Does it have a big S on it with a cape?
if he took his t-shirt off and he was wearing that, he'd look like he was going to do like green screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or he's
that
like
kind of
part of
thing?
a drama group.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just black on. Yeah.
What was the first ever gig that you did?
Oh Jesus! It was like the Pav on a night that nobody showed up, and there was just like 6 comedians in the front row, and I always remember McCann was there, and I could just see him like the whole time, but not that he thought it was good. I feel like he was smiling because it was so awkward.
Right.
Dude, yeah,
right,
because
right,
so when you go up, when you first start, you're like, I've got so many jokes. And then I realized that I had no actual jokes, and it was all just like ideas of jokes.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I said, oh, fuck, none of these are punchlines. And then I just walked off.
You're like an estate agent going up to the review, and you're like, I'll be honest, there's no house here. Well, imagine this.
Yeah.
Imagine
It'd be, what do you like? You like big house? You like swimming pool? There's a swimming pool in it.
yeah, dude.
That's
That's
what there is.
exactly what it is.
You're just selling thoughts.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I was just a stream of thoughts that were awful.
Do you think you'd be a good estate agent? Either?
I think now I could totally
I
do
think
that.
it's the easiest job in the
Yeah, I
world.
would love that.
From what I've experienced, estate agents simply stand against the wall with a clipboard and say the words, "No, you'll have to buy your own cooker."
Right, yeah.
That's all I've.
That's all you got.
Because I had this thought about sales. So I was working in a call centre, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of sales.
Yeah.
And if you're good at it, surely you can. If you can sell, this sounds like Wolf of Wall Street. If you can sell, you can sell. Right. So if you can sell, raffle tickets in a
Yeah.
call centre,
You can sell rubbers down none.
you can sell. That's the old phrase.
Yeah, they love stationery and they're always making mistakes.
You could be like, if you can do that, then you could be like a high end car salesman.
Yeah. And I
Or you
feel
could-
like sales would be fun because you're kind of like performing
But
anyway.
could you not just find the job that has like the biggest commission, or like, and then just try and do that?
Sell the fuck out of those.
You know what I mean? If you're good at sales,
I
you're good
couldn't
at
do
sales.
it. I fucking like when I work in call centers, I'd phone people and like try and fucking give them stuff, and they would go, "No, thank you," and I'd be like, "I fair enough."
Yeah, but it was,
Like, it
yeah, but it was
sucks anyway.
syphilis.
Yeah, no, but then I told you about the door-to-door sales thing. Whenever I
Oh,
like
you did that?
no,
Did it for
so,
a day? Did you?
Yeah, but it was like a fucking pyramid scheme shit.
right, yeah.
So
they
I
are.
saw this thing, applied for it, and went for the interview, and the girl was like, "Oh, we think you're management material. Want to bring you back for a training day." And I'm going like, "I'm fucking this guy, management material." And then got in this dude's car, and I was like, "What is the job?" And he went, "I won't tell you because if I tell you now, you won't come with me." What? And it was trying to sell like Now TV or Netflix. Remember when Netflix used to send DVDs to your house?
Yes.
It was trying to get people to sign up to that. And it was a roast not day. I left my wallet in my own car. Couldn't get home. Had to just walk about all day with this cunt. And I'd been on telly. So like every time the door opened, the guy he was going, "Do you recognise this fella?"
Oh,
I'm like,
Jesus.
"Fucking
People thought
hell."
it was the Daz doorstep
I
challenge.
swear to God, man, it was awful. And I remember like going in this woman's house, and she was like, she had done the same interview like 2 weeks before, and she was like, "Did they not tell you what this was?" And I was like, "No." She went, "Same thing here. Like, did they tell you your management material?" I was like, "Yep." Like,
It's like the movie Get Out.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Get out the fuck.
get in here. Sell me Now TV.
I couldn't do the door to door stuff.
The
Couldn't.
door to
It was
door
awful.
would be
It was fucking
horrific,
awful.
man.
Couldn't.
At what point was both of you where you were like, no, I can no longer do part time?
It
You're
was
like, I'm too recognizable at this point.
It wasn't that for me that made me do it. It was just too. There was just too many.
You were just
Too
working
many
much.
things that you needed to not have a commitment to go and do.
Yeah,
so it's
right,
like,
okay.
we're doing this
Yeah.
thing. Could you come and film this for 2 days? And it was in the middle of a work week, so it was only that for me that made me
Right, okay.
leave. It wasn't the idea that someone I was working with would recognize me or anything. I
Right,
don't
okay.
care about that.
and for me it was like the civil service job I had. The contract ran out.
And that
I
was,
just
you were just like, fuck it,
like,
no
fucking
more
full
of that.
time, yeah.
Interesting, man.
Because there's that weird thing. I always found it weird. Like, do you know, like the early on when you got like you might have got 100 quid or 150 quid or like one time you get paid 250 quid for a gig or something. and then you would go to work and be like, I have to do this for a week to get that gig.
Yeah.
Um,
I had that, yeah.
And then it was like, I remember like even at door-to-door sales, the guy was like, I've just made 60 quid today. And I was like, you walked about for 12 hours.
Yeah, like,
You mad
Doesn't
bastard.
make
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. I think it's just what happened with me was I was like, there's too much on, too many commitments. I'm gonna like leave the job as like a sabbatical and maybe come back. But then when I left, I'd had loads of stuff on up until then. And as soon as I was like,
Man,
Fuck
hand in my
off.
exactly
notice,
the same.
tumbleweed,
Exactly the same.
nothing. And I said in a podcast recently, I then was gonna try and go back to my first ever job
Right.
as a dishwasher in a restaurant
yes.
because I knew you could just pick up shifts
It was
casually.
handy.
No.
Didn't have
Yes.
to think.
Yes.
Yep.
So, but this was way after I'd gone like full time
Mm-hmm.
because I just needed like you literally needed petrol money.
Yeah.
If it was like a gig in
Yeah.
Galway, do you want to come and gig in Galway unpaid? Well, it's going to cost you 50 quid.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you don't have it. Like and like I remember would have been on TV semi regularly and going to that machine in Tesco so you put all your shrapnel into
100%.
and it gives
Yeah.
you that because you need to put petrol. You need petrol money.
Yeah. Remember like buying really odd numbers of petrol? Like, can I have
Yeah.
£7 of petrol?
Yeah.
You're
Like-
literally
but-
describing exactly where I'm at.
Oh, but yeah, you're going to be
I've
fine.
been in like fivers and £7. And
I'd lie about it. Those machines, it was called like be called like cash in, and people would be like, "What are you doing here?" And I'd be like, "I'm a brand ambassador for them now. I'm just down to see the machines and make sure I'll attach my name to this
I
brand."
remember going in to sign on. Like,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
Absolutely.
while fucking
Same.
locally well known.
Yeah.
And people just being like,
yeah.
like people really fucking.
yeah, they
like,
love it. Like.
Yeah, they're fucking. Oh, they're all over it.
Yeah.
I remember like when COVID first happened, I had lost like in an hour the whole year's work just fucking disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, because everything had closed down. There was stuff I'd just done a tour and couldn't get paid for it because there was nobody in the place
Oh my god.
to fucking send the
yeah.
money. And I remember going into the dole office and the girl in the place recognized me straight away and made me shout across the fucking room that I needed help. Like, right?
You need help?
Because I worked in
Nothing to
civil
do with the
service.
door.
Yeah. I just walked in. Help me!
You have to be
Uh,
McDonald's saying, "Can I help you?" You're like, "No, but I'll take a Big Mac."
I didn't realize they don't refer to it as the dole when you're down there because I walked in there like, what are you here for? And I was like, the dole? And she was like,
Man, see when I worked, there's so
Job
many
seekers
people,
allowance.
and not,
Yeah, that was
not
it.
to slag off anybody that works in like in the dole or whatever, but there's so many people I worked with, and I've talked to people over the years who they work in the dole and they feel like they're giving you their money. Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm the man that hands a dole out. You're like, fuck up. No, you
sort of-
don't. You hand a ticket out because I've worked there.
There's sort of like a dance you do. You know what I mean? It's like you go, "What if you hand them your wee book? I looked at this week and I looked at this job
Aye.
and that kind of thing." But it's like, surely you can see I don't want to be taking this money.
yeah,
Like I want to be out.
just
I have
Yeah.
a dream, mate.
just give it.
I have a dream.
I remember like the last time because remember, wasn't it? If you're under 25, the dole's
Guys,
only
like, shut the fuck up.
no, it was like
Everybody in
Here's
here's
your
a
40
fucking
quid.
dream.
Fuck off.
one of the best things I saw in the dole office was a girl walking in with a pram and her t-shirt said a blowjob is better than no job. And she was signing on. I was like, you're disrespecting the system and I love it.
That is amazing.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Remember aggressive t-shirts? A girl in English lit class when I went to Belfast Med had a t-shirt and said something like, "There's two kinds of men. Men are like toilets."
It said all these words you're saying.
I swear,
The really big t-shirt.
lines through it. It was on the back too.
Right. Men are like, no wait, men, hang on. Men are like, oh, where was it? It was
I'll find
outside
it.
Biffy.
Give me a second.
Men were like,
Manscaped. It said, "Men are like toilets. The best ones are taken, and the rest are full of shit." And it was like English lit class, full slogan
Yeah.
t-shirt, and like you just. That would be so odd. Slogan t-shirts were like the best.
Yeah.
I had when I was about 15, I was cutting about in a t-shirt that said, "It's my duty to please that booty," and I had not hit puberty yet.
man, I used to have one and it was like, and I wore it for ages because like it's hard for me to get tops that fucking like look good on because I've got a weird body, right? And even then it was kind of skinny but big titties. But it said hard dick but written in numbers.
Oh,
And I remember being like, nobody knows what it said.
yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
knew.
Me
Nobody
and,
knows.
me and Michael, who's not here, right? He's on a stag in Texas. Mental.
Cool.
Not the hardware shop. I remember there was a guy in our class invited us to like a family party of his in Donegal, and I was wearing like a t-shirt that I bought in town that day and like a jacket, and then we got to the thing, I took my jacket off, and I didn't think it was like that bad. I was like, this is a cool t-shirt. It was like a silhouette of a woman with tits out, but there was like full nipples in
You could
it.
see the nips.
And it said, porn star wanted apply within, and the guy Liam, who was like the house it was like, can you just put a jacket on? Like, why are you wearing this? And I was like, that's a funny t-shirt. He's like, it's just like a woman's tits and it says porn star like it wasn't messing about with
It's
it.
aggressive.
And I just had to wear roasting had to wear this big jumper.
There was a point where those t-shirts, somebody's dad wore one and it ruined the whole thing.
Yeah,
And it was the best thing that happened to our generation.
FC
Yeah,
UK.
once that's
Yeah, remember FC UK? I had an FC UK t-shirt where the FC UK was spelled out with sex positions.
Oh my.
And I wore that to a week and my uncle was fucking fuming. He was fuming.
Fuming with a boner.
Right.
He's like, my wife's dead, I'm never going to get it right again. Let me look at your t-shirt, son. Don't move.
Nearly there.
Oh man.
He was in his
Jesus.
60s too, dust flew out of him.
Those,
Sorry.
those,
Sorry.
those t-shirts were the worst.
They were awful. Yeah.
Female boob inspector, FBI.
Yeah, that was
you know?
always a fucking...
Yeah.
If found, please return to the pub. Imagine archaeologists in thousands of years digging up people and finding those t-shirts. We must return this man to the pub.
What is a poob?
Michael Bublé.
Nice.
Sorry, I just had to say.
Yeah.
Mick, you're doing another night in the Waterfront Hall.
Yes. Tickets
Very
went on sale the day.
I hear they're calling
fucking
it.
day.
They're thinking about calling it the Micky Bartlett Front Hall.
No, my front hall's actually in my flat. I have one of them. Yeah, 2 nights. Fucking big deal.
Fuck yes, lad.
That's great. Waterfront
Well done.
Hall, the best.
The best room to do stand.
Waterfront Hall and the Opera House, the best.
Yeah.
I think.
Hi, the Opera House looks
The Opera
very
House is great.
interesting, man.
Do you want to do
Very
one?
funky room. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do one too. Cool.
You want to do it?
Go
Do you both want to do one the same night?
When are you doing it?
October and November.
I'll do it anytime.
Multiple nights.
Yeah. Just whenever.
Sweet. You both do one?
I'll do one.
Because that's what I want to do that last year. This year what I did last year, which was probably, unless it changes, 2 supports and mix it up every time. Because that's so
Yeah.
fun for me.
I'd say so.
Because, you know, it's the same night. But, like, I like when different people are coming in
Yeah.
and they don't announce who it is. So, like, when the audience go, it could be anyone. Could be anyone. It was
Yes.
really, really fun doing that.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to like get the lads into open for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you get Nando's.
Oh.
See, I can't eat.
See,
But to be fair, I can't eat before a gig either.
Can't do it. 4 o'clock is the cut-off time. If I haven't eaten by
Yeah.
4,
you've not come to a Jocks with us before.
I know.
Today might be the day.
it's not. I have PT sessions too. It's leg day.
Oh, sorry.
I have a mild hangover. I'm definitely going to fart
You're
loads.
fucked, sir.
I'm going to fart.
You're
no.
you're big in the gym.
Yeah,
Fucking
man.
part of the lifting, lad.
Yeah.
Fucking our
Um,
trainer, personal trainer. Big shout out.
What date's the second Waterfront?
The
November.
7th of November.
7th of November.
17th of November.
Remember,
Fuck, I should-
remember. 17th,
17th of November.
We'll put the link in the description.
Thank you
That'd be
very
great.
much. Cheers.
I know who did. My sister-in-law and her husband are going to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think my sister's going that too. There you go.
Do you know who
Micky's
is coming?
demographic is people's sisters.
Do you know who is coming to it? Is my old drama teacher and 6 of her mates for a 60th birthday party. They're on the guest list to come backstage with me.
Oh, fuck yeah, that'd be nice.
Serious?
Man.
I'm like, come on, girls, here we go.
That'd be deadly.
Yeah.
They'll be like over the top with all the reactions.
I taught him that. Yeah. That's me doing stand-up. That's basically, to sum it all up, it's, at some point I'll go, ah.
Is this a dick I see before me? Behind me.
Sir, your phallus has popped out of your pantaloons.
James, you got anything to promote or plug?
No.
Or are you just enjoying life?
I'm just enjoying
What do you need? What do you want?
Everybody go on my Instagram, do that.
Yeah.
I'm putting out more regular videos. There you
Your
go.
videos are great.
You're the
funny
funniest, still the funniest I've ever seen on
yeah,
Instagram
that's one.
was your sketch of like first day working at a brothel.
Yeah, dude. I just
Like,
got jizzed on in the face.
You need to pin that to your fucking...
And you're
I
a me-
do actually need to pin
You're a
that.
method actor, right?
Yeah, man. It was full real.
Yeah.
No, I actually had my wee sister. I was like, here, can you? I was like,
She's some load on her.
she is. Yeah, I had her shaving for weeks. She was edging for months for that video.
Wait till she sees Mickey in the Opera House.
Not that it was weird. I was like,
Can I just say? See your coffee that's sitting there?
Yeah, dude.
Out of the corner of my eyes, I looked at it and I thought it was like a full pint of lager. And I said, how the fuck have you got
snuck around
that?
by
And I
hand.
don't.
Mick, can I say this, right? Do you ever remember? Did you write a sketch? And if you did, I want us to do it. And it was so funny. Did you ever write a sketch back in the day about like a CSI type thing, but everyone has a boner?
It wasn't me. It was Geddes. I had a courtroom thing where everybody had a boner.
Everybody,
And
every character.
everybody stands up and they just got these big massive boners. Like,
That's hilarious.
That would be funny.
I still think
I'm
the
in
only
that.
sketch I'd ever written was Sean Connery sees the sights of Ireland, and it was Sean Connery shot like he's like sitting in a room with a book full of like like photos of tourist places. He's like, my name is Sean Connery and I like the shites.
Man, that's
Like,
amazing.
I went down to Holland and Wolf, two big yellow shites. The Giant's Causeway, a shite left by a giant. Like,
That's amazing.
sometimes I shit here looking at pictures of shit, and I'll be shot there shitting.
That's unreal.
And it was just me trying to say that as many times as possible. We did it live for a
That's right.
radio pilot, and I didn't make it through it. Like I was,
Yeah.
was fucking howling, and everybody was like, "Man, that's not that funny." Like it's not even a good impression.
Those
Dutch guy.
sketches are great.
Thank you.
Always great. And
Thank
you
you
and
very
Willie
much.
did some very funny stuff. When's the Amsterdam stuff coming out?
Willie is currently editing it, so maybe never. I don't know.
That sounds like something in years you guys will sell to like a collector. The
Oh,
footage
yeah,
from
man.
that.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Footage
Yeah.
from that. That was really fun. I think we're maybe going to do Pre-Sit Pride 2 on Pride, like
When is Pride?
29th apparently of July.
July.
Apparently,
back.
the exact date.
Fuck yeah.
29th
I don't know,
July.
motherfucker. Why would I know?
I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Pride.
I've been to
I'm
one. It was
fucking-
last year, and
I'm
we
dying to
recorded
go.
that, and it was great. Like,
I want to walk up to the people protesting against Pride.
Yeah,
And just
dude.
go with a dude, and
Yeah.
then go. I'm not even gay.
yeah.
Just walk away.
So we did that. Did you see what we did in the video? We had like went up behind him with the signs. And it was like Jesus saves, and then Willie Hell went up saying, but Jason swallows. So see, when we first
Unreal.
went to hell, so we stood up on these like platform, like on this wall, and the march was coming toward us, and I had to hold the Jesus saves one up first for like 3 seconds before he did that. So as
And
soon
with
as I
Willie
held up,
Williams.
I know, but when I held up the Jesus saves, lad, the looks I was getting, everyone was like raging. And then he just stood out with butt Jason swallows, and everyone was like,
Yeah.
like they loved it. Dude.
I would love it if like you just had that sign and then for banter he just walked off. You're like, I'm gay. But that would sound like you were lying. You know?
Yeah, that would have been fucking good, man. That was a fun video. That shit.
Let's go to Pride, boys.
Do you know what you
Let's
want to do?
fucking do
I
it,
think
yeah.
the key to that is, do you know where the ultimate place to go for Pride I'd say would be? Somewhere like McHugh's, sitting outside, watch it all
Just
go by.
Have a wee day to yourself.
No, man, I want to be in the march with a whistle. Do you know what I mean? I want to be like, I'm with you, brothers and sisters, nobody in between.
With a whistle.
Yeah. I don't know why I want to
Like
have a
Terry
whistle.
Crews from White Chicks. I can picture
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Mickey playing the doublers, walking down for Pride, playing Molly Malone.
Got a flute in my mouth, don't know who his name is.
We'll go. We're doing the theatre in Ballybuffet.
That day.
We're shooting the
Oh,
Sean
wait, no,
Connery
sorry.
sketch.
I just remember what we agreed to.
We're going to Pride.
Yes, lads.
All in one day.
Yeah.
And opera house.
And then we get the booze bag, do a wee lap.
Have you
He
done
wants-
the
he
booze
wants
bag?
to-
No, I
I've done
want
it. He
to. I
wants
want
to.
all
do
the
it
comedians
so
in the
bad.
booze bag.
Oh, please.
I
yeah.
also want
You'll
all,
die in a booze bag.
I will
That's
not.
100%
I will
die.
no, I will not, because tell you what has happened to me. One of the nice things about being slightly well known is several times I've walked past the booze bag when I've been drinking. Somebody's noticed me and I've just fucking run across the street and jumped on it.
Oh, that would be
Commandeered
fun.
the
I
booze
commandeered
bag.
a booze bag
Joyriding
twice.
the booze bag.
Twice. I even stopped off to get pints, bought them all shots. It was class. I also like firmly believe, and nobody fucking. I've done it twice. It's both times been the best day of my life. The silent disco walking tour.
Oh, right. Okay, so everyone's just got their...
Nope.
James McKegney, Shane Todd. Let me tell
Amazing,
you.
yeah.
Let me tell you something, boys. Right. You wake up in the morning. Right. You have a bowl of cereal and a gin and tonic. Right. You get stuck straight in. We're not taking any prisoners here. And you're drunk by
Sounds
about
kinda-
11.
Sounds kind of sad. So.
It's not sad. It's not sad. It's not sad because you know you.
Cheerios and a stout.
You've nothing to do that day. Right.
Right.
Cheerios and starty. What are you, an animal? Right. What are you, an animal? And it's the best. It's the best. It's the most like I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks thing you can ever
Yeah.
do. And
I would
great
be
fun.
all over that. That sounds
Great
fantastic.
We'll add it into the day.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
a
It's
good
gonna be
day.
fucking
silent disco booze bag. Imagine all of us just.
Just like... That would look absurd. That would look crazy going by. Just everyone just silently just fucking...
Yeah.
I would love that so much.
We'll do it. Boys, thank you very much for coming on the pod. Micky Bartlett, James McKegney. You're both nice men.
Thanks.
You're a nice
I
man
can
too.
say that. Thank you.
Yep.
I like
Well,
the texture of your shirt. And
Thanks. I like the texture of your arm.
thank you.
Very
You've
smooth.
got a nice vein on the arm there. Look
You
very,
do.
look
He
very
does have a
ripped,
great
lad.
feel. I would love a fucking.
I've got none.
I have no separation. Have we lumps?
James,
mean?
I like you wear hats.
Thank you. I do wear
Great
hats.
beard as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Lovely head of hair. You shouldn't wear a hat.
I know.
Yeah,
I sometimes
yeah.
feel bad about hiding the hair.
But it's a great
that's
reveal.
just shocking. What
It's a great reveal.
Great.
okay.
You have curtains, but a skinhead somehow, or is it just you missing a bit at the start?
No, it's
it
just
a
whatever
scarf?
where this hat was usually covered. That is usually covered.
Is it a cow's leg or a scarf?
It's a cow's leg.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
nice. All right, well, guys, thanks very much for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, listening to the pod. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
NordVPN.
Thank you for allowing me to have you both.
Not this time. Not NordVPN.
Thanks for allowing me to have you, and just continued success.
Thank you for making me feel open enough to allow you to have me.
Yeah.